Hi folks, in this video I'm going to try and address the conspiracy theory that Mikkola on the Florida Panthers bench opened this gate on purpose so that William Nylander would slam into the open gate and injure himself. And it does seem pretty suspiciously timed when you look at the play. Here comes Nylander up the wall, and keep your eye on that purple square, the space between the white of the boards and the yellow dasher at the bottom, how that starts to open up, and then the F and the A deviate as the door opens. So Nylander's about to bounce off Lundell right now, and as he does so, you can see the space widen between the white and the yellow as the door opens, and it's timed perfectly so that as Nylander bounces off Lundell, he crashes into the gate. And it does seem extra suspicious since nobody made a line change right after this. But I think I can explain that. We take a look at all the Florida Panthers on the ice right now, and we're going to focus on one in particular, Aaron Ekblad on defense. And I want you to take a look at the timestamp of this defensive zone faceoff right before Nylander crashes into the bench. 8:18 of the first period. And why is that critical? Well, if you look at Aaron Ekblad's ice time logs, in the first period, he started a shift at 9:49, and it ended at 8:20, and his next shift started at 8:18. I don't know what kind of clerical error there is, but, allowing for that second or two of whatever they just marked down. This shift started at 8:18, which is when that puck drop happened, which means he's been on the ice since 9:49, or over a minute and a half. And what happened was he was on the ice for the back half of a power play, and then he iced the puck, and that's why this defensive zone faceoff happened, because of icing, so he wasn't allowed to change. As for the other players, Ekblad and Lundell in the other red circle, he was stuck on for that faceoff too. The other three players were able to have gotten off and changed. So these three bodies are fresh. And as the play goes up the ice, you can see that Ekblad is the only one who even remotely goes towards the bench. The other three fresh players take off up the neutral zone to follow the puck, and Lundell is the puck carrier, and he gets pushed into the gate. Now that's the defense door anyway, so Mikkola is probably not going to change for him. But you can see Mikkola stand up as if he's going to go, and then he even almost steps forward, and then he's like, wait, I got to sit back down. And that's because as the play goes up the ice, I think Ekblad is trying to get off, but the door is jammed with Nylander and Lundell both in the way, so he can't get off. And then the puck comes right back to the zone, so he has to stay on. And that's why that line change wasn't made. I don't think there's a conspiracy here at all. Now, it is important to note that, as you remember, Nylander was ruled offside. So seconds after this happened, there was another whistle. But Ekblad stayed on the ice for another shift after that until 7:34. But before you get all conspiratorial, it's only because there was a TV timeout in between, and he was able to get a long rest, and then his actual line came out, so he stayed on with them. So I'm going to have to conclude that gate, or whatever you want to call it, is over before it begins. This was not intentional.